This week's going to be a very important week for the stock market, and we have two main catalysts this week. First, we have NVIDIA's GTC AI conference, which essentially will be the Woodstock for AI, and it'll be important to gauge the demand companies are seeing for NVIDIA's AI chips. I think, in my opinion, the transition from CPU chips to GPU chips, which run better for AI and those kind of calculations, will be multi-year, and I think NVIDIA is still early in its growth story. And as Dan Ives said, I think it's still a 1995 moment, maybe early 1996 moment for AI and NVIDIA. I think it'll be a multi-year transition. NVIDIA is like the picks and shovels play for AI. Their inferencing capabilities are also very important. And the other catalyst this week is Wednesday's Fed meeting. It'll be curious to see what the tone of Jerome Powell's speech will be, considering slightly hotter CPI and PPI inflation numbers. I think he'll just try to kick the can down the road in terms of rate cuts, but the market's starting to decrease the amount of rate cuts anyways for this year. It'll be interesting. I don't think he'll commit to when the rate cuts will be. He'll want to see more incoming data. He'll acknowledge that that inflation is coming down, but he wants to see probably even more evidence of inflation getting to 2%. Doesn't mean that inflation has to be exactly 2% before they cut rates, but it'll be curious to see his guidance in terms of rate cuts. I think it'll be Q3, Q4 most likely, with even a possibility of rate cuts being 2025, considering how strong the economy is with the productivity gains and demand we're seeing with AI. So we'll have to stay tuned on that. But I think the market might do very well up until Wednesday, in my opinion, with all this hype about AI and NVIDIA's conference. I think the Fed meeting with Jerome Powell, he might, with talking about how hot inflation is and decreasing the chances of, or pushing back the rate cuts later into the year, that might pretty much dampen the market's momentum a little bit at the second half of this week. Obviously, we'll have to see, but that's how I think it'll go. I think we'll have a very strong first half of the week, and the second half of the week might be a little bit consolidating or a little bit weaker. Obviously, we have to see. It's possible that the market could rally through Jerome Powell's speech and the Fed meeting. Obviously, we'll have to see, but those are the two main catalysts this week. And I think the best parts of the market to be in right now are AI-related stocks and small and mid-cap stocks.